What's up, you guys? Scott here. So today I'm going to answer the age-old question that everybody's been wondering about. So it's a question that all therapists and all coaches have been talking about since the start of time. And that is, how much work do you need to do in order to make $10,000 per month as a coach or a therapist? So wouldn't it be awesome if you knew exactly what it looks like to earn $10,000 per month as a therapist or a coach? I think it's a big confusion all therapists and all coaches go through when they look at their computer first thing in the morning. They open up their business for the day. They sit in front of their computer and think, what do I have to do today to get a client? Now, for a lot of you, you've probably seen all those Facebook ads and those videos of like the laptop lifestyle. But I want to give you guys the raw reality of what it actually looks like, not just to earn $10,000 a month, but I want to show you what it looks like to actually run a seven-figure company. Now, my actions and what I do, which I'm going to show you guys very, very soon, I've taken to the absolute extreme, but I really want to make a proven point here. And my point here being that if you want to make money as a therapist or a coach, it all comes down to just a few things. I'm going to discuss with you what those few things are, but really what envelops this entire strategy that I'm going to be talking about today all comes down to actions. Knowing what to do, when to do it, how to do it, and how many times you have to do it. I think for a lot of us and a lot of therapists and coaches, and I fell into this trap as well, my biggest downfall in my business was consistency. But over the last 12 months of really tracking everything that I do and now moving into 2021, not only staying extremely consistent, more consistent than your competition really is the key to being successful moving forward in your therapy and coaching business. So before we get into the actual content, and yes, I tell you again to hit that like button, I want to leave you with this. If you are absolutely serious about growing your therapy and coaching business, especially now that we're in 2021, make sure you go into the links, you go click on the link that will show you that we are taking enrollments for our 100K coaching program. There are several webinars and also several resources where you can read all the information of what you're going to get for that program. But this is a proven system that we have taught thousands of therapists and coaches to go from absolute zero to six-figure and multiple six figures per year without worrying about funnels, paid ads, giving away free sessions, low prices, back-to-back clients. It's a proven system that has worked for several thousands of students over the last few years. Go ahead and check that out. But like I said before, make sure you like this video. Let's dive into, I guess we could call the real reality of what it's going to take you to get to your $10,000 per month. But also you should be excited about this because I'm going to show you step by step of what you need to do. Let's go. So the difference between a therapy or coaching business that either makes a lot of money or doesn't make any money really only comes down to a few things. The first big thing is consistency. The next thing, going beyond just consistency, is putting your energy and focus in all the right places. We know as therapists and coaches, we only have a certain amount of time per day to put into our business around the hours of actually seeing paying clients. So it becomes pointless to try and put your energy, your focus, your time into absolutely anywhere if you do not know where your clients are. So consistency is a big thing, but also consistency in all the right places. So as I said before, here's an example of what my day-to-day actually looks like. But like I said, this is really extreme, guys. I'm talking about a seven-figure and beyond company here. I'm not talking about $10,000 per month, but I just want you to see what it looks like to actually take action, to be consistent. And then I'll also talk about where your clients will actually be. So use this as an example, use this as motivation, but I just want to show you what I'm talking about today is what I actually do in my business right now. So over to the left-hand side here, you can see I've got Facebook, organic outreach, strategy calls, videos on YouTube, email blasts, et cetera, et cetera. This is what behind the scenes of my company actually looks like. This is what I'm doing each day to get people into my paying program. So as you can see with Facebook, okay, so things like posts, announcements, Facebook Lives, videos, showing testimonials, I created 864 unique and original pieces of content. I'm not posting other people's content. I'm not posting other people's blogs. I'm not posting motivational quotes that I found on Google. These are things that I have specifically created for my specific niche. There's 864 of those. Next is our organic outreach. Now, if you're not familiar with what organic outreach is, it's basically I'm starting a conversation with people that I know I can help that would be a perfect fit for my program. Instead of waiting for people to find me, contact me, email me, which is a long waiting game, I like to make the first move. So I sent 4,800 copy and paste organic outreach messages, which I'm trying to get people onto a strategy call if I feel like they're a good fit for my program. Out of this, I did 702 strategy calls. Now, granted, a lot of the marketing I'm talking about now, I have now trained VAs to do for me, but I'm here to tell you, I did all of this myself. And if my VA had a day off, or I decided, hey, you know what, VAs aren't working out, I'll do this all myself, I could plug myself straight back into the action and get all of these things done per day. So strategy calls, 702 strategy calls. These strategy calls can go from 30 minutes all the way up to 60 minutes. We did 700 of those. YouTube videos. I created 107 new YouTube videos that average of about 30 minutes. Some go for 45, some go for 60, some even go for 2 hours long, which works out to be about 60 plus hours worth of new content onto my YouTube channel. I did 54 student interviews, as you guys have probably seen on our YouTube channel. I sent out 480 unique emails that I created for myself. Some have calls to action, some are just values, some are showing testimonials, some are videos. I created 480 of those, which I sent out. My programs, my two programs, my 100K coaching program, but also my Therapy Maximizer program, had 4 major content upgrades through this year alone, through 2020, which is over about 250 hours of brand new content that I've added to the programs over the last 12 months. I hired and trained personally 7 VAs to do this work for me. I created 9 times 90-minute long webinars, 34 weekly page optimization sessions with my students. So we do these once a week for all of our paying students in our Facebook group, where I look over all of their marketing every 7 days. So I did 34 of those page optimization sessions. Sometimes go for half an hour, sometimes I go for an hour, even up to 2 hours. I'm going through all of my students' marketing. We had 8,000 questions and posts in the Facebook group. A lot of those directed straight to me asking questions, which I answer specifically. So I'm spending all that time in the Facebook group answering about 8,000 questions per year. I did 435 personal mentoring calls with my students, my actual paying students. These are support calls, mentoring calls, get a kick up the backside calls, whatever you want to call them, to help my students succeed more. If they've got questions, they've got ideas they want to run past, they want to go through an entire business and system, that's what I do. So 435 of those. I created 18 times 2 to 3 hour long Udemy courses. And out of the 12 months, I had about 10 days off in 12 months. So there's really no room for that laptop lifestyle. Now, this is extreme. And granted, I love doing this. Do you have to go to this extreme to make $10,000 per month? Absolutely not. Look at what consists of $10,000 per month. Let's say your prices are $1,000. You would need to only have 10 clients per month. Okay, that's a couple of clients per week. $10,000 a month is pretty simple. Depending on your goals, how much money you want to earn just requires you to do more work. When it comes down to it, just recognize this as action. I'm taking thousands and thousands and thousands of different times of action or different types of actions to achieve my goals. I'm not relying on the universe to give it to me. I'm not relying on some mindset hack. I don't do any of that stuff. Absolutely zero of that stuff. It all comes down to actions. I'm taking actions for up to 10, 12, even 15 hours a day, 6 days a week to achieve my goals. Why? Because my goals require me to do this. So what does this have to do for you? Or what does this have to do with you, and how do you get to $10,000 per month? Well, consistency you can see on the screen right here. But now let's talk about where your clients are. We know, as I mentioned before, we only have a certain amount of hours per day to put into our business. So where you put your time and your focus is sometimes even more important than consistency. Let me give you some examples. Let's say you wanted to get a new paying client this week. Now you've got a choice of several different activities you can do. You can hand out business cards. You can hand out flyers. You can go to meetup groups. You can do a Facebook Live. You can create a YouTube video. You can do organic outreach. All the list of the things that you can see on the left-hand side here. But the choice you make is the difference between being efficient with your time or wasting a lot of time that's not going to achieve an outcome, the outcome being a paid client. So here's some examples on the right-hand side. All think about efficiency. What is more efficient for you? To walk around your local neighborhood, hand out business cards, which cost money, hand out flyers, which cost money, spend your energy and time, which takes energy and time, with hopes that someone doesn't just throw away your business card and your flyer in the bin. Or You go to a Facebook Live for 30 minutes. We don't have to leave your house. You talk about a very specific subject that you know your clients want to hear. Your clients see the title of your Facebook Live. They love what they see. They tune in. They listen to your call to action, which may be, hey, book a strategy call if you want to work with me personally. And from that 30-minute Facebook Live, it gets seen within the first couple of hours a couple of hundred times. And that's on a Monday. Then on Tuesday, thanks to Facebook sharing your post organically to more people, because more people are going to watch it, another couple of hundred people see it. Then another couple of hundred. And over the next 3, 5, even 7 days, your Facebook Live has now been seen at least 1,000 times. Now think of the time it would take and the cost and the toll of your money and your energy to hand out 1,000 business cards and 1,000 flyers, to walk around to maybe 5, 6, 7, 800 different houses in your local area to do that stuff. That's a lot of time and efficiency. Efficiency comes down to how can I do the least amount of work, expend the least amount of effort, but get the biggest outcome. What if that one Facebook Live not only gets seen by a couple of thousand people, but by the right people? And then those right people pass it on or share it with other right people and more right people. You see my point here. It's an accumulative effect. But handing out business cards and flyers, once you've exhausted your local area, what do you do next? Do you have to move house? Do you have to walk to the next suburb? Do you have to drive suburb to state, city and city? Weird example, I know, but you see my point here. There is no way to scale something physical like that because you've got to print off more cards, more flyers, and walk in further distances. But with Facebook Lives, you could do 1 per day, 2 per day, 5 per day. Hell, you could do a Facebook Live every single hour if that's what you wanted to do, and you wouldn't have to leave your house. So efficiency, what's more efficient? Flyers and business cards versus a Facebook Live. What about going to a local hairdresser and talking to hopefully the right people, having a haircut and trying to explain RTT and coaching and therapy to them for people that don't understand this versus doing a YouTube video, creating a valuable piece of content on YouTube that's answering a very specific question that has the right title, the right description, the right tags, and it's been optimized perfectly. And YouTube now shows that video to people all over the world, 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. Not only to mention, YouTube can start creating passive income from your YouTube channel. If you don't know how to do that, I'll leave a video below for you guys to check out. But hopefully you see my point here. What's more efficient? Local hairdresser, local supermarket versus a YouTube video. What about website? A lot of therapists and coaches spend all of their time creating a website, but all it takes is for that website to be hosted, put on Google, and then what do? You sit and wait. Unless you're paying for Google Ads and you're driving traffic to it, you're now up against millions and millions of other websites that are created every single year. But with organic outreach, you're on Facebook, you send out a message that says, hey, I can help you with X, Y, and Z. Would you like to do a call? And you send this out to 50 people per day. Over the next 7 days, you've now sent it out to 350 people. You cannot tell me after sending a message 350 times, offering to help people, you wouldn't at least get half a dozen people saying yes. Now you've booked some strategy calls instead of waiting for someone to find your website. What about free sessions versus strategy calls? So let's say you go ahead and do a free session with hopes that you turn a free session into a paid client, or you have that free session give you a testimonial. I mean, I never really understood how can you get a testimony from a free session, because it's going to be very basic. They haven't really committed to anything at all. It's just a free session. There's no skin in the game for them. However, free session versus a strategy call. You spend an hour or two with this person, giving them something for free and getting nothing in return. Or you do a free strategy call where it doesn't take much time. You get on a phone call with them. You can give your price, give your offer. And even if they say no, you haven't wasted your time doing something therapeutic for free. So what's more efficient? Free session versus a free strategy call. What about every social media platform possible? You post everywhere possible, or you just find out where your clients are and you post to only those places. If you know right now the biggest population, the biggest part of your population of your niche is on YouTube, post everything on YouTube. Forget Facebook and LinkedIn and Instagram. If your clients are not on these social media platforms, what is the point of posting to all of them? Your goal is to find something called asymmetry. Asymmetry means pushing less buttons, but making more money, basically. It means that if I do a YouTube video and I know that 90% of my population is on YouTube, I'm going to spend all my time on YouTube, which is what we do. But if I know 100% of the people I want to work with are on Facebook, I'm going to use Facebook. Because if 0% is on Instagram, 0% is on LinkedIn, why would I bother with those social media platforms? So don't get caught in that thing of I've got to post everyone, every social media platform. Maybe right at the start until you find out exactly where your clients are. That's a great idea. But over time, you want to get efficient. So guys, consistency, efficiency, and knowing where your clients are the key to your business, either making $0 per month every single month moving to 2021, or a business that consistently makes $10,000, $20,000. Hell, we even have students doing $40,000 and $50,000 per month just following this strategy right here. But if there's one thing you could take away from this, guys, especially moving to 2021, consistency is going to be your best friend. Stop wasting your time in all the wrong places. Put your limited amount of time and energy in all to the right places. Weigh up the action, weigh up the efficiency, weigh up how much time and effort it takes per activity, and choose the activity that has the least amount of effort and time on your behalf that can be seen by the most amount of people. Remember, business cards versus Facebook Live, local hairdresser versus YouTube video, website versus organic outreach, so on and so forth. Business is all about decisions. Either you make the right decision, you make a ton of money, you make the wrong decision, and you waste your time, you keep spinning your wheels. So that's all from me for today, guys. Hopefully that was informative. I'm going to leave some more videos below. I'll talk about marketing, niching, pricing. I'm also going to talk about YouTube, other different resources you guys can watch. It'll help you move into 2021, start the year off with a massive bang, make a ton of money this year. So guys, if you have any questions, like always, make sure you comment below. Make sure you like this video. I'll see you in the next couple of days for the next YouTube video. Bye for now.